You're
Hello,
live.
Namaste. Yeah, there I'm live, is what Dana said. I see already someone, Jennifer, she knows the rules. She's saying hi to us from Chicago. Yes, I've never been to the Windy City. I can say that 3 times. Dana and I actually probably need to go there. I don't know if Dana's been there, but absolutely wonderful.
I haven't been, but I have family there, so we should go.
You should go. Actually, 2 Jennifers in a row. So let us know where you're from. Of course, say hello. I have a really interesting topic today, but I am looking forward to doing some readings. You know, if you've been here before, we do a few readings near the end of it. And I just want to welcome everybody. If this is your first time, we want to hear that this is your first time. And we want to just support everybody that is, coming on. Someone here is from Canada, Windsor. Is that like Windsor in the UK?
Probably Windsor, Colorado.
Maybe Windsor, Colorado. Okay. I mean, I would love it to be somewhere else, but yeah, wherever.
Hi, Lisa, down in Texas.
Lisa, she's a
Lisa.
little sister. She's part of our solution program. She's lived here in Colorado, and now she's down in Texas. Come out and visit.
Elizabeth in New York. Brenda from Idaho. Jessica in Broomfield, Colorado. Doug in Oregon. Cherry. Hi, Cherry, out in Utah. How are you?
Cherry, hi.
Cherry.
She used to be a student. Yeah, we'd love to hear this. Someone from Parker, that's right down the street from us.
Jen from Virginia. Bonnie out in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Wow, everyone all over. Christina Cruz down in Orlando, first time on. Jennifer is from Alabama. Wow, you guys are from all over.
There's Miss Blanche. I was just texting her. She's a student. I was sending her a funny thing I just saw on Facebook. I sent to her to make her laugh. I've known Blanche for a long time. Yeah, Zoom is amazing. I look back when I had a telephone and a party line, and now we have the Zoom that we can talk to everybody around the world and just kind of get on the screen and chatter, kind of chat with each other. So this is, Lynn, matter of fact, Lynn, it was your post on Facebook that I sent to Blanche. So, hey, now that's really cool, right? Synchronicity, how we're all aligned. I'm going to have kind of I'm not going to pull a card today, but what has been happening recently, even with myself, that people are really struggling. There's a lot of struggles where people are feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling that, they're heavy heart. There's a lot of emotions going on. They're feeling like, they're not in their bodies, whatever. And so I've been talking to a lot of people through it, including what I went through a couple of weeks ago. I was just like, wow, I'm just heavy heart, heavy body, heavy soul. And so if you're feeling that way, thumbs up, let us know that we can send you love and light. And this, that I want you to know, the bottom line is I want you to know you're not alone. When this kind of thing happens, I always think of it as a grid around the globe. So if you look at Mother Earth and you see this grid, when people are feeling really disjointed, or they're not feeling themselves, or they're feeling this heaviness with their heart, a lot of old grief may show up. Whatever those things are, it affects your ability to get up in the morning and look and think positive. So if this is something that you're feeling, then please know that you're not alone. And what can happen is, as our planet is going through shifts and changes and things like that, if we think about what's going on with, Mother Earth, how she's trying to figure out how to, recover from what we've done to her. We look at the politics, we look at war, we look at whatever's happening, the feeling of discontent, the feeling of separation, can affect those, especially that are highly intuitive and very sensitive. So if you're a sensitive soul, maybe as an empath, maybe you're a person that feels everybody else's energy, you feel like everyone's plugging into you, you feel like you're being really drained, you're really aligned with people like myself, that we know without a doubt that we're connected to the planet and the people that live on this planet. And we can also struggle and suffer from those things. So some of the things that I tell you is community is so important. And Dana came up with this. We have a program called Solution. We have a mentoring program. I love teaching. And if anyone hasn't done it, or if you've done it before, because I teach differently, we have a new program starting in September, a new beginning of a program that we've been doing for about 4 or 5 years. But community is medicine. So when we look at our community and having support, sometimes we don't get support with the people we work with, or our family, or our neighbors. So who is like-minded to help you. So the first thing is to find that community. Second, get into Mother Earth, connect with the planet. It's planting plants, it's growing a garden, it's whatever you can to get connected with Mother Earth and to let her recycle all that energy. Humor is my go-to. Anyone that knows me, that's worked with me for a while, knows that I have really bad dad humor. I have dad jokes. I love dad jokes. Send me the dad jokes. I should call them something else, old lady jokes, whatever, the wizard, the oracle jokes, whatever it is, because humor helps us shift our vibration, helps us shift our energy. And what happens when we feel completely bombarded by all the negativity, we hold on to it like a sponge, and we hold on to it to a place where we can't shift it sometimes. Well, humor kind of breaks up the cycle. It breaks up that pattern. It helps us stop ruminating on the topic over and over and over. Because what happens is we try to solve something in our mind. Well, our brains are just say, well, this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem. And it begins to expand. And then that law of attraction, we start attracting more things to validate how we're feeling. So if you look at the news or a conversation, or you look at a magazine, or you read an article, or you're on social media, all of it starts showing up sort of supporting what you're feeling, which is that negativity, that heaviness. So it's helping yourself shift it. Great music. Dana, that is my wife, and also she's here to put all the stuff together and to call upon you, make sure everything's working. She loves music. She was playing some music today, some of our favorite artists, and that can shift our energy, right? Bringing in the music, movement, using those words, whatever it is to kind of help us realign. When we're in that negativity, it feels as if we keep going down that rabbit hole, and more things accumulate to help us go into that deeper abyss. And sometimes we don't find that there's a way out. And so I know that I have a fabulous support system, that when I go there, that those people, those individuals are there to support me. And Dana is my number one, where she shows up and goes, hey, this is what we need to do. And when we're in those places, we forget about the tools. So if you're a person that doesn't feel like you have a great support system, write it down, put it on your phone. What is it that you need to be able to shift it? Great food. So what we want to do when we're in that heavy heart, dark place, we want to have comfort food. So sometimes that comfort food can weigh on our soul and take us even further down. So you want to do things that are nurturing to your soul, good music, laughter, good friends. Keep yourself away from negativity, which might mean social media or the news or even movies that are really negative. You want to have things that enrich your soul, help you shift your perspective, have you laugh. You're always going to have things that are going to come up. You're going to have grief, you're going to have sadness, you're going to have challenges. But what is in your tool bag that's going to help shift you? Blanche, it's on here. She gave me one of these. It's called My Little Bag of Sweary Affirmations. And I won't say them here on social media, but there's swear words in there about funny things. And these are the things we need to shift. I have some of my students give me, whether it's coasters or whether it's books or things like that have these funny jokes, because they know without a doubt, in order to help me heal and shift through my difficult times, is to have that humor. And, sometimes people think, oh, that's really stupid. That's really dumb. But we need to laugh. We need to listen to music. We need to be in a good place to be able to shift it. And so again, Mother Earth, swimming, putting your feet, bare feet on the ground. Dana, her big thing is, let's go buy more plants, right? Dana, flowers for outside, plants for inside. It's her therapy. Yeah.
You're telling on me.
Yeah, that heals her. She's in the dirt. She's, making the house beautiful. For her, that is her connection to her healing and shifting. And then you walk away looking at how Mother Earth helps us smile and shift and feel the ability to make a difference. So what I know, everyone here wants to have a reading. They want to know, what's going on in their life. So, but first of all, share what you do to shift. When you're in that place, and if you're in that place right now, let us know. We'll send you some love. We'll send you that whole idea of getting that energy to shift. So what is it that helps you shift? Is it a certain friend? Is it a family member? Is it memories? Is it going through a photo album? Is it, for some people, it's deep cleaning. They really want to organize and clean. And I have a couple students that vacuum. Seriously, they want to vacuum in order to take out that energy. It's a great form of meditation. So if you're not a good meditator and you're sort of in a slump, kind of in a funk, I encourage you to vacuum. Not everyone thinks that that's their go-to, but it is an exercise. You're trying to accomplish something and your mind begins to shift, and do it with the intention of, I want to feel better. And making your home, nesting in your home is a fabulous way to make you feel better too. Funny videos. Yes, absolutely. Walking in nature. Who else is sharing something here?
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exercise from Sue. Listening to 80s music from Mackenzie.
grandbabies and their puppy. Oh, who doesn't love the puppy smell, right? Just
Yeah.
talked to a friend today. I'm like, yeah, I want to see your puppy. Vacation. Yeah, the vacations are great. They are a reboot. But what happens in between vacations, right? And by the time sometimes when I'm just really stressed, it's like the third day finally on vacation, I'm like, oh, I finally feel relieved. So
Mhm.
if you can do some of these things before vacations, that can be really wonderful too.
Leah says cleaning, blow drying my hair, and just quiet time. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
And Kim says kayaking. Kim on YouTube.
Yeah, kayaking. Dana won't let me kayak. I'm sorry.
No, I don't want you anywhere near water.
Well, for those that don't know, I drowned when I was 2. I grew up with a pool, but I'm not a good water person. And so I probably need floaties on, for sure, for doing kayaking. Yeah.
Yeah. Elizabeth is saying shifting to a higher vibration is challenging. So I think that that's probably very true when you're in that frame of mind, how it's really hard to shift.
It is. And Dana and I have each other. So if she's kind of in a funk, I can go like, oh, tell her a dad joke, or I'll just take her shopping for flowers and plants. And that seems to be a good go-to. And for me, she knows what I need. And so having someone that can support you, a lot of times people make you feel bad. Well, I can't believe you're in that place again. And you're always depressed, or you're always this, or people avoid you because you're in that space. So having someone that's unconditional, that can be your cheerleader, is really vital and important. In the mentoring program called Solution, it's set up so people feel like they can be vulnerable and share, like, I'm having a hard day. And it's not to fix them, it's just to say, I'm here supporting you. And we don't realize as humans how important that is. And our communities are spread out, or maybe you're not connected to people in your family, or you're not connected to your neighbors or people that are on a spiritual path like you. So it's important to find somebody. Someone says, I go camping. Yeah, I'll go camping too, as long as there's definitely a hotel, really like a 5-star hotel. I'm just kidding. I used to camp a lot with the kids.
That's called glamping.
Glamping. Okay. Yeah. Actually, it's a lot of fun. I think at my age, I need to make sure someone's there taking care of it. But yeah, I think sitting by the fire, being out in nature, whatever that, looking for animals, stuff like that is important.
Mhm.
So we want to do just a couple of readings. One of them is if you need some direction. So an intuitive reading, like maybe you feel a little stuck. Maybe you're feeling at a place that, what's next? What, you're shifting some area of your life. So please reach out for that. If it's a medium reading, it is about, we want to know who you want to connect with and what their relationship is with you.
So first name and what their relationship was.
And then we want you to also, if it's a child or someone in that generation, someone, if you're looking at your genealogy, your children's friend, a niece or nephew, their age. And we just do that in this venue because it gets me to do that information faster. But really, that's kind of the sense of it. But yeah.
There's a bunch of you on, and Deb always says it's like a party in her head because you all have multiple loved ones. So the first name and what their relationship helps her hone in on their energy quickly.
Yeah, that's it. The private session, the private session is not like that's a little different. I think everyone that is struggling with the loss of a loved one, get a private session with me. But if you don't want to do it with me, make sure that person is vetted, or really good things, because you can get people that are really not ethical, things like that. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it must be someone there that hired someone that wasn't doing their job well. Yeah. So if I'm saying that, that's the reason.
So if it's an intuitive question, please just type your question in, and Deb will, I'll read it to her, and she'll do an intuitive reading from that. And she does connect with animals as well. I'm just seeing comments come in. So if it is your children's generation, please enter their age. So if it's your son or daughter or one of their friends, that generation, please enter their age in, and we'll read them. Let's see, we have Kelly, the last comment entered, her son Josh was 22.
Okay. What I get from Josh, is there another person, she can't answer me, that also passed either around Josh or another child? Because I'm getting two of them. So either you've lost a child, maybe in pregnancy, or he's had a friend pass, but he's telling me there's two. My head hurts with Josh, so this could easily be an impact to the head, a seizure, something like that. But I'm getting definitely a challenge around his head. I also feel there's a quietness around him. So if he had sort of a quiet personality, or it could lead to, and I don't want to make all this fit, but if you feel like you're not hearing him, the feeling I get from Josh is it's almost like you need to be more quiet to hear from him. So part of that is, if you're trying to make that connection, my stomach feels really upset with him. So I'm trying to tune into this too.
Please share validations as Deb's doing this reading too. We want to, because there's so many of you on, we want to make sure
it's for her.
Validates.
And I also feel that I don't feel like he's been gone that long, or you feel like it was yesterday is sort of the sense. My stomach is really bothering me. So whether this is around him or around you, he's talking about being stuck, and that doesn't mean he's stuck. So sometimes people feel like, oh, are they stuck? Maybe if he suicided, maybe he's stuck. No. Or if you feel stuck, and he just says that what they always say to me is they want you to continue to have a life. Like, don't stop living because of his passing. But he keeps talking about the two. So I'm assuming there's a second situation there, a second child of some sort with him. I also feel like the biggest thing I get too is that he goes, I want you to know I'm okay. I'm okay. And the other part of it is that he's there with an older male. So this is either your father or your grandfather. So it would be an older male, not his dad. It would be an older male, like a grandfather figure that he's with. And I feel like he's telling you this to let you know that, Mom, I'm okay. Like, if you're worried. And for parents, we want to know our kids are okay. You want them to be here. But that's what he's saying. I almost feel like I keep getting confused, this big confusion. So it's either confusion before he died, or you're still confused about his death. So text in anything there that maybe will give me clarity.
I'll read it when I get it, Deb. Cammie is on YouTube, and she would like to connect with her husband, Mark.
Okay. First of all, I get a big smile on his face. He is apologizing profusely to you. He's also got his arms crossed. So to me, this means that Mark was probably a little stubborn, a little pushback. Like maybe you said, okay, you need to go to the doctor, or you need to do this, or, you need to drive better, whatever I'm getting with that. And he's just like, and I think this is kind of funny. Like, you're right. He's telling you that you're right. And I don't think this is a thing that Mark would do. I feel like maybe his ego could be a little inflated. And he's talking about gaslighting. So there's something about him gaslighting you, like everything's okay or whatever. And he's apologizing too for either not being authentic or not being transparent or not telling you everything he could have told you. He's definitely showing you signs around your house. So I kind of feel he's haunting you, and I think he's doing it as a sense of humor. Like he's moving things, or he's like taking a picture and moving it on the wall so it's crooked, or moving your keys. But he says that he's moving things around. And he's also saying that he is appreciative of the celebration of his life, but he says that there was some pushback, and this might be with family or someone in his personal life that maybe blamed you, judged you, pushed you, or wasn't honoring of you. And he just says, again, I'm getting another apology from Mark. I don't feel like Mark was always maybe from how he's coming through right now, he wasn't always apologetic, like taking accountability. And what he's saying now is, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. So I hope that really helps you heal with him. Yeah. And he's doing this, like he's talking about his hair. So I don't know if he didn't have hair, or his hair, or he thought he was good looking, because he's bringing this up too.
Kelly, let's see. I was trying to see if Kelly had responded.
Is this with Josh?
I think this is her. She's saying she had a child that did not make it to full term. So there was two. Yeah.
So if there's any guilt around that, or just knowing that he's there with this other child, that will just validate for you. And I'm so sorry for two losses of two children.
His treatment of cancer made him very sick and caused his death.
Okay. So I wonder what kind of cancer he had, because my head is really hurting. So it doesn't mean he had brain cancer, but maybe with the medicine as well. And just this delightful soul with him, just this delightful soul.
Last question that came in. Shelley Miller said, advice on healing and strengthening my intuitive, I'm going to call them abilities instead of gifts, because that's the word we use, but.
Sure. Well, Shelley, first of all, join my solution program. Hello. Yeah, we don't call them gifts. We call them abilities, because what we want to do is make sure that everyone feels, like, oh, you're not more special. So this is what the language that we use, and why Dana was saying this. I think bottom line, Shelley, is you second guess yourself. I'm getting that you really second guess yourself. And you're also not good at boundaries. So I feel like you're getting all these hits, so you're letting people know. So make sure that you're in an environment that people are wanting to hear, sort of your messages. And I also get, like, what is the intention of you doing this work? Like, what is it that you want to do? I've done this work for over 25 years, and I will tell you, it's changed along the way. The way I see things is very different as well. But I also feel like you're sort of alone in this. So you may have a few people that you kind of talk about it, or do cards or do a little bit of reading. And I feel like that sort of tells me you're still in the closet, which means, how do you come out and honor who you are and what you're doing, these abilities, and then making sure that you have some ethics around this too. It feels like you have, kind of felt this empathic ability for a long time. I think you just need to get more clarity. How do you want to help people? Because one of the biggest things in this work is getting your ego out of the way, because our ego can want to help people all the time. That's what I'm kind of getting with you. Like, you want to help people, but people have to want to be helped. And so that, to me, is the bridge for you, is getting people to be interested and curious, and versus sometimes we want to prove that we can do this. And I know I've done that. I'm like, well, let me show you what I can do. So shifting that energy.
Jennifer up in Chicago, the first person to join today. Her friend Berthel passed last week.
What's the name?
Berthel, Berthil. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah. Or Berthel, yeah. First thing I get, my stomach hurts. So I'm getting that maybe this person was sick before they passed. And I'm getting here a real fighter. Like, I'm getting a sense of being a real fighting machine. But I also, there's a part of her that it feels like she finally surrendered. Like, I'm just done. I can't do this anymore. She is there with an older female, which might be either your mother, her mother, or an aunt, but I'm getting there's an older female with her. And she says, I'm wondering if she was spiritual, because she's telling me, don't mourn her, celebrate her. So this is, to me, a woman that, and I'd want that. I want people to go, hey, go out and celebrate and have some fun and laugh about our stories. And I feel like that's the type of person she wants. But also, she's a very strong-willed person. She's the one that you can't tell her what to do. So that strength, really thought that she could push through a lot of these things. And she just says, yeah, I'm fine. I'm done. I didn't want to go through this anymore. And the struggles can be, mentally, it can be physically, it can be whatever, but I'm feeling it was more physical for her. Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. I think I want really everyone to take away today, if you're struggling in any area of your life, make sure you get a good support system. Even for Shelley, when she is very intuitive and she wants to know what to do with her abilities, you can feel overwhelmed at times. And so, who is your community? Who's your support system? Who doesn't tell you what to do, but listens and supports you? We talk about holding space for people. And if you're grieving, especially that of a loss of a child. There's so many great communities out there. One of them that we support that I've been vetted for is called Helping Parents Heal. And they believe in mediums. They vet mediums to be able to help support you. So looking for those organizations as well while you go through your grief process, your healing. And I think really self-love, that word's used a lot, but self-love is critical, especially during what we're going through in this country, let alone what's going on in other countries. So I always appreciate when you guys join us, when you support and you are cheerleaders and you ask for help. We just send you all a lot of love. Thank you for joining us again. Namaste.